New at 5 o'clock, the 10% tariff on China and the 25% tariff pending against Canada and Mexico have people wondering about how it's going to impact consumers.
Knowing with how vehicles are these days, computer chips come in from overseas, a lot of our parts come in from our neighbors to the north and south.
So Channel 2 Action News looked at what two trade associations think the cost increase will be for things like toys, laptops, and phones because of all the tariff tension. We spoke with the consumer advisor Clark Howard about how to make every penny count. Dina Kundal didn't waste any time buying a new vehicle because she doesn't want to waste her money on the higher prices she fears are coming.
Vehicles are a very large purchase, tens of thousands of dollars if these tariffs get implemented.
She also is in the market for a new stove and a new dishwasher.
Again, thousands of dollars, and if you're looking at adding 20–25% on top of that or more, that adds up.
But Channel 2 consumer advisor Clark Howard says don't panic buy.
There's nothing that I would rush to buy because of concern about what might have a tariff on it. Once it's final what tariffs are going to be on what items from what countries, it may at that time make sense to buy what's in inventory in a store that doesn't have tariffs on it. But even then, I wouldn't rush to do so.
But even before President Donald Trump implemented his tariffs, consumer organizations were sounding the alarm about who they say will pay the price.
I think a 25% tariff on Canada and Mexico would have a significant impact on the U.S. economy.
Jonathan Gold is with the National Retail Federation, or NRF. The group released a study back in November looking at the possible impact of a 60 to 100% tariff on China and a 10 to 20% across the board.
They found that those tariffs would result in a price increase of anywhere between $2,500 to $7,600 for an American family within the year.
Specific product categories included appliances. A $650 refrigerator could cost between $776 and $852, an increase of 19 to 31%. Apparel, $90 worth of running shoes could jump to as much as $116, with an increase of 18 to 29%. The study found toys face the biggest hit. A tricycle that costs $50 right now could be as much as $78, an increase of 36 to 56%. A January report from the Consumer Technology Association also weighed in on the possible impact of the tariffs, finding U.S. consumer purchasing power will drop by $90 billion to $143 billion. The report estimates laptops and tablets may see a 45 to 68% increase. Video game consoles could jump by as much as a 58% increase, and smartphones 26 to 37%. While the numbers are startling, there's no way to know what cost companies will pass on to shoppers when it comes to really big ticket items like the SUV Kundal just bought.
Dealers are now giving smaller discounts or no discounts at all buying cars because you want to beat the tariffs. What the tariffs will do is they'll slow down demand. And so dealers are going to have to give bigger discounts to get people back in those vehicles.
Consumer advisor Clark Howard is joining us here in the studio. Always great to see your face because that means you're going to tell us good stuff to calm us down. You're talking about there's tariffs and then there's tariffs. Explain that.
Yeah, right now we're in what's known as tariff theater. It's dominating the conversation. Doesn't mean a whole lot because it only really matters the other one, the real tariffs. That's when we put in these huge tariffs on people and eat up their wallets. It'll hurt the economy. It'll hurt jobs in the United States. Everybody loses when you have a real, true tariff war. And we're not anywhere close to that.
We're in the tariff theater part, which is you're talking about the back and forth politics. Real tariffs, when, how will we see them impact us?
Okay, with President Trump, you never know. So he'll say something with great flourish, and then he'll walk it back. So we don't know if big tariffs are going to be like a real thing or just a negotiating tool. Most of the time, just a negotiating tool.
So for now, 10 seconds, what's the advice for consumers?
Chill.
Don't panic buy.
Chill. No need to panic buy. Just, you'll have plenty of time to know if this becomes real.
And when consumer advisor Clark Howard says chill, what do? Chill.
Well, I would.
There you go. And if he would, you should too. Karen?